Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate is a compilation of the content and DLC from the previous expansions of this particular installment, as well as coming with its own share of expansion. The Warriors Orochi series has always been a nice blend between the gameplay styles of Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors, uniting them together in one big and dynamic crossover. And it seems as though they're trying to make this particular installment a crossover to remember, by adding several guest characters from different types of Koei and Tecmo games. The story is that a huge serpent monster called the Hydra emerges from the earth and threatens to destroy all the worlds, and that a ragtag group of warriors have to band together to defeat this menace. However, they fail at first, but with the aid of some time-traveling gods, they go back in time and enlist the aid of other warriors willing to help in their cause. They even get the aid of some characters from completely different dimensions. And of course, once you've concluded that story and unlocked all the other characters in story mode, a new story will be unlocked. The demoness Tomomo emerges from a magical rock with the ability to clone any warriors. With the aid of scattered members of the demon army, she rallies her forces to take revenge against the divine beings within the coalition army. And this part of the story is just as deep and intense as the first half of it. So it is relatively entertaining to watch all these characters interact with each other, while simultaneously dealing with a new threat. I'm amazed that each and every one of these characters actually plays very uniquely. They play just as well as they did in the previous installment of these games. Characters from Dynasty Warriors 7 play like the characters in Dynasty Warriors 7, characters from Samurai Warriors 3 play like the characters from Samurai Warriors 3, and of course the characters from the previous Orochi games play like the characters from the previously Orochi games. And the game feel is amazing. Not only did they bring in the characters' unique stats, but they also added in some new things for each character from different franchises. Samurai Warriors characters can now do air specials, and Dynasty Warriors characters can do jump dashes, both mechanics of which get expanded on in the future installment of the respective franchise. And of course, the unique Muso mode that this game has is actually pretty interesting too. Really intense and cool way to end a fight. And of course, there's more story to be had within Gauntlet mode. A pocket dimensional area is being plagued by the demon Hoondoon, and it's up to a 5-man group of whoever the hell you decide to put in your group to track down this demon and put an end to him. Doing this will make him a playable character. Gauntlet mode is a pretty fun mode, and it is the best way to level up your character. So if you're interested in leveling up your character so they'll be ready for the next story mode battle, I suggest stop by Gauntlet mode. And Hoondoon is totally worth unlocking. All in all, there's a lot of fun to be had with Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate. With all the expansions and DLC that was compiled into this, it still feels like it has its proper place in the Muso canon. For Muso fans, this is a must-have for the complete Warriors experience. This game is also a bag of dicks! Bag of dicks, bag of dicks, bag of dicks, bag of dicks, bag of dicks! Oh my god, there are so many things wrong with this game! Fundamentally, it's one of the greatest Warriors games that you'll ever see. However, functionally, it's a pile of shit! Oh, where do I begin? How about we start off with enemies who zone in and zone out while you're fighting them? I understand them zoning out via distance, but right when you're in the middle of a combo against them, they zone out and then zone back in. And then they perform a special on you, you lose. That's unfair. Not to mention, certain levels are just broken. Mission critical allies die so fast that you don't even have the chance to get to them in time. This doesn't occur a lot, but it will occur often enough to be a problem. And I shouldn't have to unlock extra content in order to finish sections that are broken. And you know what else is broken? The fucking save system. If you're stuck in an enemy's Muso attack, just pause the game, save it, quit to the main menu screen and then load the save, guess what? All characters will reset. You'll be out of the Muso attack and be able to proceed on. Oh yeah, that's candy. So the only way for me to get past the shoddy balancing is for me to reset the entire level. I mean, the solution for getting past broken levels shouldn't be raising the difficulty so people have more health. And it is very unclear what constitutes an autosave. You see, switching a character from your hub, that constitutes an autosave. But upgrading your characters, leveling up, and picking out your items, those don't constitute an autosave. And there is a lot of menu surfing, especially if you want to correct a mistake. Say you want to go into a battle, but you accidentally went to easy mode instead of normal mode. If you want to fix this mistake, you're gonna have to watch the intro cutscene, head back to Kent, sit through another loading screen. Loading screens are abysmal, by the way. Go back to the advanced screen, select the level, go back to the level that you want, pick the difficulty setting that you want, and then continue to the mission. I knew this game was gonna have quite a bit of menu surfing considering the cast of characters, but jeez, they're not giving you anything to work with here. You have to go through several different types of menus just to pick and equip a new weapon and then save it. Just endless amounts of menu surfing just to do a simple thing. When you buy a new weapon, you probably should automatically equip it. This game is just bug-tastic. I mean, plot-critical characters will get stuck in pathing, enemy characters will not trigger properly, and zoning in and out. And there's just too many goddamn enemies on the screen. I mean, your character that you're playing as will easily get lost in the hordes of allied and enemy characters flocked together like sheep. This is the game's 4th portation. This should be the best version. Ported from PS3 to PSP to PS3 again to Wii to this. Ugh. And oh yeah, did they upgrade the graphics for the previous installments? No. This literally looks like a PS2 game. And I'm not saying that through hyperbole like some hassles on the internet are. This literally looks like a PS2 game. It's like they just threw all of this shit together and just tossed it out the door without checking. To see any of this hardware and software were compatible with one another. Did no one over there in Koei or Tecmo playtest this? Because it just looks awful. If you're curious about Warriors games, do not get started with this one. It's an infuriating, poorly ported, poorly structured mess. Design-wise, it's great. Everything about the story and the gameplay seems perfect, except it's technical issue upon technical issue. This game will not leave a positive impression on a person who's looking to get into the Muso games. And they also didn't add characters from Multi-Raid 2, which is absolute horseshit.